The point when my overweight really started to take a toll on me, and when I really realized that there was an issue, was after having 3 miscarriages and 3 live births with cesarean section. Hey super people, it's your girl Auntie Z here. At the beginning of the year, guys, I shot a video explaining to you guys that I really wanted to share with you more about my life, my day-to-day life, my struggles, my triumphs and stuff like that. And I'm beginning today, guys, with this video which I'm about to share with you. It has a lot to do about my struggle with overweight and trying to lose weight over the couple of years, and me being a health professional who knows the in and out of weight loss but not being able to lose weight myself. So many of you guys have sent questions. Some people have even insulted, and I really want to come out to speak today about my own truths, because Oprah Winfrey said something at the beginning of the year. She said that speaking your truth is the best tool that we have. And I believe personally, if you follow me on Facebook, I believe that the truth is what is going to set you free. You know, being a Christian, I know that for sure. And it is something that I really wanted to share with you guys for quite a couple of weeks now, and I really hadn't sat down to do it. So if you haven't done so already, make sure you hit the subscribe button, guys, and hit the notification bell as well, so that you don't miss any video from me. I am hoping that this series, because this is a series I'm going to be posting every Mondays, I'm hoping that this series is going to let you into my world, and also encourage some of you or somebody who is also struggling or going through the same struggles like myself, to know that hope is not lost, you know. So let's get right into the video. I wasn't born overweight, but with the years, even in my childhood, I became overweight. And just to cut a long story short, when I came to Germany, I was a nanny for a German family where I lived with them for about 1 year and 2 months. And there I really learned how to cook healthy. My guest mother was really into health, and she was a Mexican, and small tiny Mexican lady. She loved healthy eating, so it was all about olive oil, brown bread and stuff like that. And while I was living there, I really lost, I think I lost about 16 kilos, and that is how I got into knowing healthy food and stuff like that. Not that my parents didn't cook healthy. My mom was so much into salads and making our own food at home and stuff like that. I've already seen that, but I really got to the knowledge about what it means to eat healthy as a nanny in Germany, and that's way back like 2004, you know. And so when I started school, university in Germany, I think I picked up that lifestyle. It was very normal for me to jog 10 kilometers 4 to 5 times a week, so it had really become a lifestyle. And I also know for sure that during this period, I mean my university school days, I wasn't like into eating a lot of African food like I do right now. I was really active. I was doing running and going to the gym, and then I made sure that I ate really a well-balanced meal with a good ratio of carbohydrates to proteins to fats. And so at that time I weighed a maximum of 65 kilos. Just take a look at this picture right over here. So you see, I really was that active, and so on and so forth. So how did everything start? How did I get to like double my size, you know? I've shared this a lot already on Facebook, and I even have a blog post that I wrote in 2010 or 2011, I think. It all started with getting pregnant and getting diagnosed with diabetes, gestational diabetes, which is a condition that affects overweight pregnant women. And so from that time on, I really tried as much as I could to nourish myself. You know, that is when I developed the interest for African food and weight loss, because I really loved my African foods. I love my plantains. You guys know I love plantain. So I really wanted to find out a way of really incorporating these African foods and still coping with my gestational diabetes without medication, which really worked at the time. I did not really put on a lot of weight during pregnancy. I think the first pregnancy was 14 kilos that I put on at that time. The point when my overweight really started to take a toll on me, and when I really realized that there was an issue, was after having 3 miscarriages and 3 live births with cesarean sections. And starting from my eldest daughter, most of you know her now, she's almost 7 years old, that I had the C-section, which didn't heal properly and really caused a lot of havoc with my system. With a C-section that didn't heal properly, in fact 6 months after the C-section, I still had wounds that didn't heal. So my general practitioner really recommended that I stop any physical activity that I was doing. I wasn't allowed to carry more than 5 kilograms of weight, whether the baby's weight or any other weight, no heavy bags, nothing of the sort. And so for me, who used to be really active 4 to 5 times a week doing exercise, to going completely dormant like a couch potato, I think that is where it really started for me. Because at the one hand, I knew that, okay, I couldn't exercise anymore. And for me, exercise was something that is really big. Of course, the nutritionists say it's 80% nutrition, 20% exercise, which is true. But there are some people like myself whose metabolism is really revved when we exercise. Not that I was trying to out-exercise a bad diet, but I needed to stay constantly fit, constantly exercising for my metabolism to be really active and to be able to burn the calories. And so you might have heard there are some people who have problems with their metabolism, and I'm one of those. When I was told to stop exercising, it created a lot of havoc. So I was now eating the same foods that I ate before, but I wasn't exercising, and so the weight didn't go away, it just increased. From one operation with very bad healing to the next pregnancy, which ended up as a miscarriage that wreaked havoc on me emotionally, psychologically, and physically. And I'm not trying to make any excuses here, but for those of you who have gone through pregnancies or miscarriages, you know the emotional stress that it puts on you. So in fact, after the birth of my first child, I went through a depression. That is something that many people do not know. Even my family, most of my family members do not know. So I went through a phase of depression. My husband couldn't understand me, why I would just be crying. In fact, you know, so it really changed so much for me. And then I had that miscarriage. Then I had my son Emmanuel through cesarean section, and it did not heal. You know, they cut the same place that they cut with my daughter. And so it just continued. It was just like a vicious cycle. After Emmanuel, I was pregnant again, and I had another miscarriage, you know. And before, let me say, before Jemima, I was pregnant, I had a miscarriage. So I had a miscarriage, gave birth through C-section that's not healing, had another miscarriage, gave birth, had another miscarriage, and then gave birth to my last daughter, also per cesarean section. And so it was really, let me say, 8 years of a lot of emotional stress, which of course I wasn't showing out on social media. Most people thought that everything was okay, you know, I'm always smiling, and of course I have God that I leaned on. But to be quite honest, and I want to just own my truth, this really wreaked a lot of havoc for me psychologically, emotionally, and everything, to a point that I was just tired. I was just tired of not being able to exercise, because with each pregnancy and each miscarriage and each cesarean section, I was also just told not to exercise at all, you know. So it was really difficult. And so for me, at one point, I was like, what's even the point? All right, let me just give a cut here and just explain some other things to you guys. So in 2016, I developed the Take Your Shape program, because most of you know I'm a certified health coach as well, and I'm also a public health associate. So I've learned nutrition, I did nutrition, I also studied nutrition. I mean, my master thesis was based on nutrition, and I started my PhD also looking at the factors that affect overweight in African migrants in Germany. So that's my field of interest as well as my profession. So I know the in and out of what to do. And so in 2016, after having my certificate as a health coach, I decided to start the Take Your Shape program, which was really successful. Many people joined, and the results are out there. Program. So we went from Take Your Shape to Shape Up African in, I think at the end of 2016, or was it beginning of 2017? And so I would join the program, lose weight for some time, and then go stop the exercise and just gain the weight right back. And the biggest problem that I had was the issue of my health, which didn't allow me to exercise. Even when I tried as much as possible to watch what I ate, I would only maintain my weight. So the most I would do is I would reduce to a certain level because of a lot of hard work, hard physical activity, and also a very restrictive diet, which at the end of the day wasn't really working for me, because I was going against what the doctors were asking me to do, not to exercise. And then I realized that when I exercised for a period, like you guys you saw on Facebook, I did the challenge. I did challenges on Facebook, exercise challenges with Anret Ngafo as well. And I realized that the thing really did a lot of good. Okay, I would lose like a few, but I had a lot of pain in my abdomen, you know, such that you're doing exercise but you're really feeling that area where they did that operation is really paining. And then I had a lot of problems with my back, so I would do it, force myself to do it, and then after some time I realized that the repercussions are doing me more harm than good, and so I will let it go. And I came to a point where I said, all right, there is no point until we have solved this problem that I have with my waist and my back, with the wound that I have, which was not really healing. Then there is no point for me really killing myself doing exercise. On the nutritional point of view, which is actually 80% of weight loss, I was already an emotional wreck. So most of the time I'm going to eat my emotions. I forgot about the principles of nutrition, what you're supposed to do. Not that I forgot, but I knew, but I just put it at hand, because I would tell myself, what is the point? What is the point for me to stress all of this? I might just as well eat and wait for the day that I'm emotionally stable to now take this thing serious. So many people were losing weight on my programs, but I wasn't. I wasn't, because I had my own issues that I had to deal with. Until recently, I realized something that has pushed me also to do this video. I realized that for some people, God is all you have. For me, particularly, I've come to the point where I've realized that I need to solve my root problems. For now, the reports are good. I can, my abdomen has healed really well, and so I can start doing exercise again. But I have to really take it low. I have to take it very slow, do very low impact exercise while waiting for my body to really adjust to the changes. But on the other hand, on the aspect of emotional, psychological stress that I've had, I need to walk through that. And so the only way that I see for me to do that is to hang on God, because I've realized that there are some things that you can't do by yourself. So this might sound ridiculous to some of you, but for me as a Christian, I know that the Holy Spirit is able to enable me walk through some stuff that my nutritional knowledge cannot help me there. So that is the reason why I'm doing this video today, and just to let you in on some of the things that I've been struggling with and how I intend to walk through it. If you're following me on Facebook, you realize that I've started a new thing called Soul Nutrition, Soul Nourishment Challenge, which is going to start on the 1st of March. And this is more of a spiritual take on living a healthy lifestyle and losing weight. It is more spiritual to me, because I believe that God is able to do everything for us, and that doesn't mean that I'm going to sit and fold my arms and do nothing. It simply means to me that I'm going to now give my lack of self-control when it comes to nutrition, my emotional eating, my lack of patience with myself. I'm going to give that to God, and I know that with the help of the Holy Spirit, who produces fruits of the Spirit like self-control, patience, endurance, perseverance, is going to help me through to dig deeper into the issue. For me, you know, dig deeper, get into the root problems, which I know for sure that have been holding me back from really attaining my potential, or holding me back from really losing this weight and changing my own lifestyle for good. And I'm doing this also because I know that so many of you guys are looking up to me as an example. So it's not only for me, I'm also doing it for you guys, and I hope that I'm going to be able to go through this process, because it's a process, and I'm going to share with you as the weeks go by. So guys, I've just been rambling. I hope that you can make sense of what I've been saying. Next week's series, I'm going to share with you what the Soul nutrition is all about, and how I hope that is going to help me to not only cut down the branches but also to uproot or get to the root cause of my overweight and obesity problem. So guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'm going to see you guys in my next video. Bye.